The African Episcopal Church of St. Thomas was very happy to be able to loan to the Museum of the American Revolution a baptismal register that was used by Absalom Jones. The significance, in addition to the fact that it was utilized by the first priest of African descent, the significance to the exhibit itself is that this canonical register includes information about the baptisms, births, confirmations, and deaths of members of the Forten family. So my name is Arthur K. Sudler. I currently serve as the director of the Historical Society of the African Episcopal Church of St. Thomas. I think the preservation of documents, the organization of archives is critical in order that we can, in the context of the African saying Sankofa, that you have to know where you've been in order to know where you are, to know where you're going. And so these artifacts, documents, and other aspects of material culture help us to locate that tradition, to stand on it, to build on it, and to plan for our future. James Forten himself is recorded as having received adult baptism in this very register. The register also documents important sacramental events in the lives of at least 4 of his children. James Forten, although not involved in the original construction of the church, not a member of the Free African Society, was on the very first vestry, which was formed in 1796. He was a very young man at the time, and therefore we assume that he had already impressed many of the members of the congregation, given that this was an elected lay position within the congregation. He impressed them with his business attitude, with his maturity, and with his acumen for making sound decisions regarding the future and the oversight and governance of the congregation. James Forten would go on to serve on the vestry from 1796 until his death in 1842 numerous times, always with an eye toward the betterment of the congregation and to sustaining it as an institution in Philadelphia. He was critical to maintaining an African-American clerical presence. When people encounter the baptismal register, it is my hope that they would take away first an understanding of how important it was for African Americans in the 18th century to begin to find a home for themselves in religious institutions here in the city of Philadelphia. I hope they would also understand how significant it was for these families to participate in critical and important religious observances. I hope they would also understand that it now becomes a resource for people doing genealogy who are seeking to understand their family connections, their antecedents, and interrelationships between different groups of individuals, both in the congregation and in the broader community. And lastly, I hope it also showcases that the people of the African Episcopal Church of St. Thomas, who have maintained this register all these 230 some years, have understood the importance of maintaining it, preserving it, and making it available to researchers and for an exhibit like the Forten Family of Philadelphia.